Hey guys, it's TubeReview Games or Adam, and welcome back to another one of my top 5 videos. And in today's top 5, we'll be going over 5 things that pro players do here in Call of Duty Zombies. So on our last top 5, I've got to say you guys absolutely crushed that video. Our goal was 2,500 likes, and you guys crushed it with over 3,100 likes. So part 2 to bad things players do in COD Zombies is coming. It will be the next top 5 after this, so keep an eye out for that within the next couple of days. Now for today's top 5, can we somehow manage to break 3,000 likes? If we could, that would be absolutely biblical. But besides that, guys, for today's top 5, we'll be going over 5 things that pro players do in COD Zombies. So all good zombie players do specific little things. They're just little tips and tricks, and if you follow what I show you guys in this video, you will definitely be a better zombies player right away. Like always, guys, if you have any ideas for future top 5s, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to be doing a couple more top 5s since World War II is so close. We only have time to do maybe like 3, 4, 5 more top 5s at most before World War II drops. Don't worry, I will be doing some top 5s for World War II Zombies, and of course, once World War II is done, we'll come back and do some more of these Treyarch Zombies top 5s, but let me know in the comment section below. Besides that, guys, let's go over 5 things that pro players do here in Call of Duty Zombies. So coming in at number 5 on my list, I have always reloading, and this is one thing that everyone rips on me for doing when I'm streaming, when I'm going for higher rounds, or just playing zombies. Everyone's like, Adam, why are you always constantly reloading, man? It's so annoying. Stop reloading, man. I always get that comment. Stop reloading so much. But actually, it is a really good thing to do, and a lot of good zombie players do this, and let me tell you why. Now, I know sometimes it can actually kill you. There have been times where I have actually died because I reloaded too much, but I'm just in that habit of constantly reloading because the whole point behind always reloading after a shot, or if you're at one weapon, you shoot once. For example, the Wunderwaffe, I'll shoot once and then instantly reload after that. Or if I have a regular gun, I always reload whenever I can because you always want to be prepared for something to happen and you want to have full ammo in your gun. Say I'm camping on the catwalk and I see a group of zombies, but there's a little bit of a gap in between the group. I think to myself, okay, I'm going to kill these zombies and I will reload in that gap because I always want to be prepared. I want to have full ammo in my gun and I want to be ready for anything that can happen. So that's why I constantly reload. It is just something I do all the time now. It's a habit. Again, sometimes, yes, it can kill you, but majority of the time, it will actually save your life. So coming in at the number 4 spot on my list, I have perks before weapons, and this is something I talked a lot about in my previous top 5, the top 5 things that bad players do, and a lot of people just rush to the box right away, and it's something that is not necessary. If you watch my top 5, like I said, I talked about it a lot, but more important than getting the ray gun on round 1 is getting perks, and that's what good players do in COD Zombies. They'll say, screw it, I'm not gonna go to the box, I'll grab a wall gun for 1,000 points, and I will just get points that way and just work on getting my perks first, because having Jug in those early rounds is very critical. Having double tap, having Speakle, getting all of that set up, and then working on getting better weapons when the weapons are actually needed. That's how you play zombies. You don't have to go for the box or work on getting those powerful guns early on, of course, unless you have a perkaholic and you can do whatever you want. But for playing zombies regularly, work on perks first, then move on to those very powerful weapons. So coming in at number 3 on my list, I have the tank jump on Origins, and this isn't really something that is like super crazy hard to do. It's not something that, only the proest of pro players can pull off. It's just something that is it's a cool little trick in Origins, and I thought it deserved on this list because being able to pull off things like this in game, these little secret things, really shows how experienced a player can be. And the tank jump is a very helpful one when it comes to collecting all the parts for the lightning staff. Now, in order to pull this off, what you have to do is you have to jump off the front of the tank. As soon as you can jump off, you head and grab the part of the excavation site you want to jump off, go down that wooden scaffolding and grab that part at excavation, and then quickly run back, jump in the mud, and run towards the tank and jump on the tank before it is too late, so you can go and grab the last part for the lightning staff at church. Now, if this is something you can't pull off, don't worry, you're not considered a bad player, and this isn't, of course, something that only pro players can do, but it just shows someone's knowledge about the map. It shows that they obviously know what they're doing, they know all these little tips and tricks, and that is also something that really helps someone become good at zombies. It's not just about, buying perks before weapons or always reloading. It's also about knowledge and knowing the maps, knowing the tricks, and speeding things up. So coming in at the number 2 spot on my list, we have opening doors. And yes, it is just that simple. Now, of course, this does not apply in solo. This is something that specifically applies only in co-op. And what I mean by opening doors is a pro player or a good player will open doors when they barely have enough points to open those doors. Because when a player who necessarily isn't all that good at zombies doesn't want to open a door when they have like 10 times more points than the actual door cost, that shows that that player has to buy all this stuff early on just so they can survive. A good player, if a door is 1,000 points and they have 100 or they have 1,100 points, they'll open that door because they know they don't necessarily have to have specific weapons or specific perks to survive. They're confident in their abilities, and bad players are the complete opposite of that. Like, I've played zombies so many times where people have all these points and I just have enough points to open the door. And I'm like, guys, is anyone gonna open this door? And everyone's just still trying to get as many points as they can, and I'm the one going and opening all the doors because I know what I'm doing. I know I can survive with the RK5 or the MR6 or the M1911, and I don't have to have the ray gun on round 1. I don't have to have all these perks on round 1. I'm totally okay with opening all the doors on the map and not having anything. Of course, if it's like round 50 and I'm opening doors and I only have a pistol, that's not going to work. We're talking really about the early rounds at the start of the game, but that really shows that someone is good at zombies and they know what they're doing. So coming in at the number 1 spot on my list, I have something that I know for a fact a lot of good zombie players do, and also a lot of bad players never do this for some reason, and that's why I think it deserves the number 1 spot on this list. And that one thing is buying the Bowie knife. Yes, just buying the Bowie knife. Now, buying the Bowie knife obviously just doesn't make you a zombie god all of a sudden, but the thing is, the Bowie knife is a weapon that I think is incredibly underrated, and let me explain why. I personally think the Bowie knife is the perfect, and I mean the perfect weapon for setting up. Sure, it costs 3,000 points, and that's a lot in the early rounds, again, especially if you're not rocking gums, but that's a lot to spend on a weapon on, those early rounds. But the thing is, it pays off big time. It's a knife, it's a 1 knife till round 10, and you will get your points back because you're getting 130 points per knife. If you get those double points going, it is insane how many points you can rack up in those early rounds. And again, we're talking the first 10 rounds. Zombies aren't sprinting all over the place. You don't have to deal with a crazy amount of zombies. It is so good for getting points so you can buy your perks, you can open doors, and then once you hit round 10, when it becomes a 2 knife, then you can start working on going to the box with all the points you acquired from the first 10 rounds. It's absolutely an amazing weapon to use. It's a great strategy to use, especially in BO3, because the Bowie knife is everywhere in BO3, and it's something that no one really ever does, which is incredibly surprising. Also, one thing I wanted to mention is on Revelations and on Gord Crovey, you have the time trials, which is also something that is really, really good to do. It's pretty much the same thing as the Bowie knife. getting that first time trial, you get the first weapon for, I believe, 100 points, which is significantly cheaper than the Bowie knife, and it's going to do the same amount of damage. I think it's a one-shot till round 10. Maybe it's a little bit less. Honestly, I don't really remember, but if you're playing Gorod Revelations, that is also a great route to take because you can get it for way less points, and then on top of that, you have the melee weapon, and you can go ahead and get all those points you need to set up. So there we have it, guys. 5 things that pro players do here in COD Zombies. And just like my previous top 5, the top 5 things bad players do, there are so many more things that pro players do in COD Zombies. So if you want to see a part 2 to this, go ahead and drop the video a thumbs up. Our goal, again, is 3,000 likes. I know you guys will find a way, hopefully, fingers crossed, to break 3K likes. And besides that, guys, if you enjoyed the top 5, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.